大家好 welcome to my channel. I'm Richly, a self-learner of English and a game nerd from China. I talk about anything that I'm interested in to practice my English speaking skills because I haven't found any opportunities to use it in my daily life. So today's victim of my practice are Blizzard and Overwatch. If you've seen my previous game nerd video, you might know that my journey to learn English started with a game called Overwatch. It really changed me a lot, but now my feelings towards it are complicated. Due to the contract issue between Blizzard and NetEast, Blizzard pulled the plug on its Chinese service and all its games on 2023, January 24, including Overwatch, where I had invested so much time, effort, and money. This action shocked not only me but the entire Chinese player base. Later, Overwatch 2 changed its price model and was released for free on the Steam platform, only to receive most of the negative reviews from angry Chinese players. Not only Chinese players, of course. Aside from angry, I think most people felt disappointment and regret, like me. This year, Hearthstone and World of Warcraft gradually returned to the Chinese market, but there is still no news about Overwatch. Recently, it even collaborated with the controversy manga Boku no Hero Academy, so it seems like the chances of its return are still far off. Yesterday, a friend told me that Overwatch is probably going back to 6 versus 6, and suddenly this unexpected frustration or anger flared up in me. A feeling just had to let out. I loved Blizzard and I wanted to go to BlizzardCon so much that I started learning English. I even tried to apply for a US visa, but unfortunately, the American embassy rejected my visa application twice. They seemed not like a single woman to apply. However, BlizzardCon was gone, Overwatch was gone, and my passion disappeared without any trace. Even one of my Battle.net accounts has gone as well, which I probably spent more than 5,000 RMB on it. I can only say that it's all like being in a relationship. Once the connection is gone, no matter how hard you try, you can't bring back the passion that once was. I've also heard a lot of gossip about the CEO of Activision, mostly online rumors, but I can't tell what's true or not. I just take it as entertainment, In any case, what's lost is lost, and the damage done is hard to repair. Before Overwatch, I never seriously played a Blizzard game. Not Diablo, not World of Warcraft, not any of them. I even hated shooting games before Overwatch. Suddenly, almost everyone I knew started playing it. I'm not someone who likes to follow trends, but I decided to give it a try. It turned out to be incredibly fun and hooked me right away. Unlike other competitive games that leave you feeling frustrated and exhausted, winning or losing didn't matter as much. It all was about enjoying the process. My relationship with friends improved because of this game. Every morning, we would wake up and share funny gameplay clips, character dance videos, and a flood of fan-created content. I even contributed a bit to the fan community, though most of my time was spent in the game itself. Notably, even friends who had never played games before, especially shooting games, joined in. Out of everyone I knew, about 70 of the players were women. Like me, they typically wouldn't touch shooter or competitive games and would rarely interact, fearing that revealing their gender might lead to harassment, even if they performed well. I've often had teammates to tell me quit the game and go back to the kitchen. I'm not one to create a divide over gender, but the fact remains that female players are more likely to face discrimination in games. Despite this, we found unprecedented enjoyment in Overwatch, not just because there was a hero for everyone, but also because of the communication feature, which allowed players to single without speaking. This was perfected in Apex Legends, where marking tools let players communicate seamlessly without verbal interaction. I remember I was initially obsessed with play D.Va and Lucio, especially Lucio. I absolutely loved him. His design was just so interesting and I'd never seen a character like him in any games before. I've always been hoping for a personal animation of Lucio, like the beautiful and moving stories of Shimada Brothers and The Last Bastion. Sadly, he may never get one. Another character I adore is Mei. At first, some Chinese players were unhappy with her because of the chubby figure, but her adorable personality and fun skill design quickly won players over. It's also worth noting that Mei doesn't embody any stereotypic traits. When it comes to Chinese characters, Westerners often think of too blunt hairstyle, small squinty eyes, or cheap how, but Mei avoid all of that. Her personal animation story even introduced many Chinese people to our own poly research program, something that wasn't widely known even in China. Just by using examples like Lucio and Mei, you can see how brilliant the early character designs in Overwatch were. And that's not even mentioning the Shimada brothers, Symmetry, Junkrat, and Roadhog, and so on, each unique and full of personality. I can't remember when things started to go downhill, but I vaguely recall the lack of new maps and heroes. This became especially apparent after the launch of the Overwatch League, that were unfavorable for regular players, significantly impacting the gaming experience. These changes made team coordination especially crucial. While teamwork is a good thing, expecting six strangers to work together seamlessly is nearly impossible. People just became more and more toxic in games. And this is actually where my journey to learn English began. After repeatedly getting pumped by Doomfist, you think it was enemy Doomfist, right? Nope, it was our teammate. This hero can be powerful, taking down supporters with a single punch, but he also easily taken out if the other team focuses on him. I encountered a Doomfist who dove into a group of six and instantly got himself killed, then blamed our heroes for not supporting him. He went on and on English, and my English was so poor that I couldn't even tell him to stop diving in recklessly. At that point, I was determined to learn English. The main reason, though, was that I was spending too much time on the game, and since it wasn't as enjoyable anymore, I started focusing on studying instead of endless gaming. And the rest of the story is what I mentioned in my previous video about the dull and tedious journey of studying. And now I'm here telling stupid gaming experience in English, which is fascinating. Yesterday, before I recorded this video, I read down Overwatch, Overwatch 2, the international version, of course, back onto my computer after about 3 years. For me, it's like a completely different game now, an interface I'm not quite used to, a multitude of monetization features, and many new heroes that seems like shadows of old ones, making it harder to even distinguish them in-game. The initially promised PvE mode is nowhere to be seen either. All these changes seem to have been made solely to alter the revenue model, making me someone who bought 4 deluxe accounts and collected all skins, even if they could be unlocked for free through level up, and still spent a lot of money on holiday loot boxes. Feel a bit like a clown. Of course, it's understandable for a company to aim for profit, and the transition into a popular free-to-play model with in-game purchase is clearly more suitable for long-term development. These changes have seemingly sped up the pace of map and character updates, but none of these new heroes have given me that fresh excitement I once felt with Tracer, Mei, or others. On the bright side, I was pleasantly surprised to find that quite a few friends are still playing. I enjoyed them for a couple of matches, and although many heroes are no longer the way they used to be, it still brought back some of the feeling from that summer in 2016. I even forgot the frustration and disappointment that led me to quit the game before. And now, realizing it's been almost 8 years, so much has changed for both Blizzard and myself in this time. Blizzard has seen its departure from the Chinese market, being acquired by Microsoft, and games like Hearthstone and World of Warcraft have gradually returned to China. I don't know if Overwatch will have a chance to come back, but either way, it will always remain in memory like an old friend. After all, who could forget the summer of 2016? It's just what we can never truly return to it. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. As always, if I made any mistakes that confused you, please correct me. I really appreciate your help. So until next time, stay safe, stay positive, and peace. Bye bye. 再见。